comes with it.
Thank you.
Cut.
The scope of Nigerian real estate is ever evolving, and one company that has stood out in revolutionizing this change is Veritasi Homes. Currently listed by Financial Times as one of the top 50 fastest growing real estate companies in Africa, Veritasi Homes has earned their stripes as a leading brand in the real estate space. Following a successful completion of the general inspection and site tour of Camberwall Advantage 5 and Camberwall Advantage 5 Annex, we have some questions for the CEO, Mr. Nola, about the newly launched projects.
I want to say big congratulations to us, all of us actually, including myself. Thank you for showing up. Thank you. God bless you. As I've always said, all of our projects, from the Campbell Cut 1 to Abijo to the Advantage, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 Annex. These are projects that we just don't decide in the office that, look, let's go to site and build. The decisions of the data that we have access to, we found that a lot of people, a lot of young, not just young entrepreneurs, employees of companies, a lot of people, they want very good real estate. They want real estate that can give them great ROI, They want to be able to spread their payment over time since the Nigerian mortgage system don't work.
Yeah.
They also want property that will give them good capital appreciation in a very short time. All of this can only be achieved by putting great properties in great location. We don't want something too pricey, of course, that would be cut neck, because we want them to be able to afford it. And so we found that we did our research, and we found that Ikate around that area, it's very good to site all of these properties. And then we went around all of Ikate. We sat down with our team, and we have some of the best structural people, as our consultants. We get some of the best M&E people. So we designed a very good apartment. We put it in a good location, a very good pricing point around it. And then we market it to the right people, because actually the right people must be living in your real estate.
Yeah.
And the people that we're actually targeting the problems that we're trying to solve. And this is the idea behind the Campbell Advantage. So we did the Advantage 1 and the Advantage 2, which was sold out at foundation level. And we saw that the demand for apartment was very high. People need this, Most of the time you have to, when you have a product, you have to get into the market. The market will then tell you how much people need that product and what price is right for it, So we fixed our price. Apparently, it was probably even too cheap for the value that we were giving out. Yeah, so it was sold out, and then we delivered Advantage 1 and 2. People are already living there. One of the best apartments. They bought for 43 million or 40 million. They're renting it for 6 million. Some of them that we sold, they sold at multiplied by 2 the price they bought. 100% of capital appreciation in less than 2 years.
Wow.
10% ROI on the rest. That's the best you've seen in my life. Then we then thought, look, let's go further. Let's do Advantage 3 and 4. We did that, also sold out. I don't know if that was sold out at foundation level, at least it's sold out. I think Advantage 3 is still in the market. We came back to the market with it. We decided to try our hands on Maisonette. We found out that the Nigerians do not know what Maisonette is, so we did a lot of education educating them about Maisonette. And they got the show. And then, a lot of them came into the project. Those are multi-family units, apartments and stuff. And, we said, look, we should be able to try out single-family units, semi-detached and terraces. And this is the reason why we came up with Campbell Advantage 5. So we went to the market with that, and then, we have support from all of the stakeholders, the government, the banks, because they're always ready to support all of our products anyway, and then this is why we launched 5. And then the 5 Annex came after we launched 5, because we still saw that there's still demand for the apartment, the very demand for apartment, and it's even very much, like the demand is high now. Right now, 3 and 4 are going to be delivered this year, because the carcass is done just to finish. Then 5 going to be delivered next year, because it's just there. It's Grand Plus 2, 4-bedroom, BQ, gym and dinner studio. And I think my Annex is like a 2 or 2.5 years project. And this is, I hope I have explained everything.
Yes, you are.
Great.
So the real estate market's constantly evolving. How has Veritasi Homes delivered on changing demands and preferences of home buyers in the past? And how does this play a role when making plans for a project?
Okay, great. So one of the things that we try to do at Veritasi Homes and where I lead that department is doing research and development. Since we can really do it ourselves, we have partnered with a lot of companies. One of them is Northcote. Recently, I invested buying almost 10% stake in a research company, because what I then discovered is that there are not enough data in Nigeria to make decisions. So usually when the data is available, you find out that companies from the UK, from the US come to Nigeria, spend money on research, take it back, then you have to buy it back. Sometimes they're archaic, So all of these things that we do, as the real estate space keeps evolving, we sometimes, a lot of time, know the trend with which it, the projections, and it's like waiting for, take for example, last year we did a project called Intima, and then we knew for some reason that the Dangote refinery was going to lie, right? And then as at yesterday, it just automatically jumped into the price.
Wow.
And then look at the 1,000 plus clients that's purchased their properties strategically a position for the development and industrialization that's going to happen in that place. This is us not just being reactive, but proactive, and then so of course there are some positive trends, and then of course there's some negative trends, and so like the inflation, the volatility of the naira, which a lot of times affect but in meetings I'll always say myself as a finance person much more than a builder, because real estate is more financial than real estate itself. I've always said that, So some of these things, the negative trend, I also see them coming. And then, we have very brilliant financial solutions. And of course, financial consultants that we do all of these meetings, know what we're going to do when this happens, when we will never get angry on any of our projects. In my honest opinion, because if you start an eatery and the restaurant, and then you have competitors, it's not enough to focus on your own restaurant. You also want to know the good and the bad things that other competitors are doing. And this is what I do as well, with other real estate company. And for me, talking about any real estate company that's less than 10 years in Nigeria, I think Veritasi is doing better than any one of them. Not just by a small amount, by a huge amount. And this is as a result of the amount of data we put in making our decisions, the amount of money that we spend on talents, recruiting, hiring talents, getting some of the best people to work with us, on each project with the company, with the brand, and getting very young and vibrant people, the average age of this company is like 20-something, come to the office, I see everybody, I'm happy, brilliant minds, So as the real estate space keeps evolving, we're actually very much positioned in the future. Now we take strategic decision to handle every shop that comes with it.
Thank you.
Quotes.
How does this add value to potential investors?
Great. So for us, when I said we were going around to make decision on where we're going to put this project, we found out that Lekki Phase 1 used to be plainly residential, but a lot of people now put offices here. This is where our office is. A lot of other offices are, people are aggressively commercializing Lekki Phase 1, and a lot of people, including myself, was living Lekki Phase 1, and then, because you don't want to be where a lot of commercial activity, so people are moving out. So if you move out of Lekki, you either have to move to VI or move up a bit, which is Ikate or Ikoyi. Ikoyi, however, we all know that's very pricey. VI as well, pretty pricey, not for debutants. When I say debutant, I mean first-time home buyers. However, if you move a bit up, you either move to Ikate or Osawa. And then this is us being strategically positioned for first-time buyers, investors that want to make a lot of money from their investment. And, a lot of, this tick almost all of the boxes. So if we're not doing Ikate, we'll probably be doing Via and Ikoyi. Little wonder our next projects that is not around here is in Ikoyi. And because this is where we believe that people should live and people should invest their money in to get maximum ROI on residential. If we're going to do a commercial project, we'll probably place it in phase 1 of VI, or Marina, or all of those places, and these are not just decisions that's just taken, how do people call it now, what we just scribble on the back of our charters. No, these are decisions that are taken from well done research, so we think that place serves the purpose of proximity. This is close to a lot of places where people work phase 1 via, from Ikate to like phase 1 is like, if I'm correct, 10 minutes or 15 minutes if there's no traffic. Then to Ikoyi is like maybe another 20 minutes. And to VI, it's closer. It's more residential now because not a lot of commercial activity are going on there. People that want to use their investment for houses for short lets over rent. Well, the demand in Ikate is very huge. They would quickly get ROI off their money. When I started buying houses, because I'm a big investor myself in Ikate, I think the first house that I bought was like less than, I'm correct, I think 65 million for a immediate half. And now, it's a minute that's been sold for 250 million, there, and this was just 3 years back, the capital appreciation as well, takes as well. So we think that for that project, for the problems that we're trying to solve with that project, Ikate is actually the best location for it.
Okay. So could you share some insights on what Camberwall Advantage 5 and Camberwall Advantage 5 assets entail? Like what type of homes are being built there and why those homes were specifically chosen to be built?
Okay, so we felt like we've done a lot of multi-family units, which is good. I mean, the market response to it is very wonderful, but we still think that we are not catering to some part of the market, which is the single family unit, which is now you've come to Lagos, you've worked, right?
Yeah.
And then you bought your first house, an apartment, a 2-bedroom. And then now you want to get married with your husband, you want to have a kid, you need more bedrooms, and then you have 2-3 cars now to park. Yeah. You want to not share your space, common areas, common level with people, and then before you then make a lot of money to go to Ikoyi, we think that we should solve a particular problem, meet part of that value chain, for that group of people. So this is the reason why we said, look, let's do terrace building, on Grand Plus to, or people are able to swim in a very beautiful swimming pool, the recreational area, tennis, basketball, all of that, the gym, 4-bedroom, home study, because we found that a lot of people work from home now, and then, we make sure that it's not a lot of unit in a space because of course people don't still want to live in a barrack. It's just the 7 units in a very, you've been to Campbell Advantage 5, you see how big the land is, and then it's just carefully designed to fit into that, those kind of people that we're trying to solve the problem. Remember, we're always solving the problem while adding values.
Yeah.
And this is what we did with Camberwall Advantage 5. Then with Annex is just a continuation of our apartment building, but in a very special way. If you see the design, it's now very carefully designed. It's, have a lot more amenities, a lot more things to, and it's not far from Campbell Advantage 5. We want people to buy Campbell Advantage 5 to live in, and also buy 5 Annex apartment for investments. If that's all, buy 5 Annex to live and my 5 with or buy both to for investment. But that's the prototype of building that is going to be in both. Yeah.
Finally, what can we expect from Veritasi brand in terms of future projects and innovative development?
I was talking about future projects. I think sometimes next month we're going to be launching a project in Banana Island. I don't know if the team has a name for it yet, but I mean, we have designs, we have the land, everything is very great right now. We had some of the projects by like the launch of the project by like a month, and then and this is the reason why we're going to be launching it next month. Fantastic project, fully detached houses, a few million USD, and you can be one of the owners of that project. And also we want to play in the Atlantic space.
Oh,
well, yeah, we have our land already secured there. We don't want to do it this year. We want to do it next year. I think first quarter of next year. And way much more above just projects. Of course, beautiful projects, a lot of beautiful projects. You need to know we're going back there to build some nice clusters of houses with lakes and greenery and gardens and all of this holiday homes. We also have Dayton Lakes not far from the current Aiming Estate. The project is coming as well. But apart from all of that, talking about the innovative solution that Veritasi is known for, that myself I'm known for. Well, we're launching late this year, I think October, a project called Assetize. It's a real estate organization project that will make home ownership very affordable. We're trying to democratize. It's a tech solution, and with this, we can actually finance real estate projects all across the world. Young people can own real estate, through holding a token, and the tokens they are tradable in an exchange, for money. So increasing liquidity. One of the reasons why young people don't want to own real estate is because it's not near to cash. It's not near to liquidity. So they would rather own instruments that are very near to cash, like bonds I'm sorry if I'm going to finance and investment banking, but so we're trying to solve all of these problems, and then we're launching Assetize, fantastic project. Also, I don't know what the team has in plans for the Veritasi Advisory. This is one of the reasons why we put a few money in the company, the research campaign I talked about. And this is an innovative solution. We want people to have a platform in which they can learn and educate themselves about real estate investment, not just in Nigeria, but all across the world. And this is the solution that will bring it. So a lot of other things are in the pipeline. I'm always thinking, the team is always thinking, they're very young, positive ideas. We just have to create a platform for these ideas to come to life. And this is what we've created with Veritasi. So I can't wait to get all of this out. We have a very good 5 years strategic roadmap that we're following, 2 letters, and then this very exciting, very, very exciting. So great products coming, great solutions are also coming, and I can't wait to have them.
So you all heard from the CEO's mouth about the amazing things that Veritasi has planned for us. We have a lot of amazing properties, and we're thinking about each and every person and making innovative solutions. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Nola.
Thank you very much.
It was really nice to speak with you.
Great to speak to you too.
Have a great day.